Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. And in this video today, I will be telling you about a brief about the introduction for graphic design. Right. So these days, in the upcoming generation, graphic design has now become quite popular, and in almost every company, you will see that a UI UX designer is pretty much in popular. Right, so UI UX is very similar to graphic design, as they do deal with a lot of these software such as Illustrator, Photoshop, CorelDRAW, etc. So it's important that we develop these skills in graphic design, because a lot later, then the tools that we learn, the skills that we develop will come in a lot handy, especially if you're applying for jobs. Right. So in this video, I'll be just telling you about how graphic design can play a really important role. Right. So have a look at these three posters for now. So even though that these posters have very limited text, you can still make out what these posters are trying to convey to you. Right. So for example, this first poster right here, this is a movie poster, as we can make out. It's for Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. But just ignore this text for now, right? And then just concentrate on the visual that's given here. It's a completely finished apple, but as you can see, it has two faces right here, two silhouettes of faces. I'll zoom in on this for you to see. Right. So have a closer look. You can see a face of a girl and you can see a face of a man right here. And there's like one small heart right here. So this poster is trying to convey that it's a movie poster for Snow White. Right. And as most of you, or probably all of you, would have already seen this classic animated show, it's where Snow White eats a poisonous apple, she falls unconscious, and this Prince Charming comes in her rescue and falls in love with her. Right, so this is how it's depicted, and it's a really clever way of depicting a movie, right? Similarly, come here on this second poster as well, and as you can see, there's very minimal text right here. So this is a really powerful poster, right? It's a shape of an alcoholic beverage, probably a beer, right? And there's some cigarettes and there are two pairs of hands. Even if you do not read the text, ignore that. It's kind of telling the consumers, spreading the message that you shouldn't indulge in drinking or smoking, as it can be very injurious to health, and it's also very difficult to come out of that addiction, right? So it's talking about addiction right here. And now if you have a look at this text right here, it says being trapped yourself forever, stop smoking and drinking. So it's for this company, Mahatma Gandhi Cancer Hospital and Research Institute. And coming down to this last poster again, this is extremely clever and interesting way how McDonald's have portrayed their food, fast food right here. Even though they haven't used any text at all, there's literally no text. There's just this one plug point, there's light coming out, and you can see this is how McDonald's actually give their French fries in this red container, and it just has this McDonald's logo, that's it. See how creatively like the light is coming out to portray French fries. So even without any text at all, this is how some companies, they want to promote their goods. Their whatever they are manufacturing, they want to promote it to as many consumers as possible. Right. So as you can see, all these posters have been designed by a graphic designer. So it's okay if you're not from a creative field, and with practice and brainstorming ideas, practicing, you can slowly start to make such creative posters as well, right? So this was the introduction of how you can use different tools and how graphic designing is so important to portray the message that portray the message you want to send across to consumers or to the audience, right? And as you can see, another thing that you will observe in these posters, that there is more visual context right here, right? So there's very minimal text and there's more of visuals. That's what we graphic designers are encouraged to do. We are encouraged to use more visuals so that it becomes more aesthetically pleasing to look at, and with very minimal text, we just have to explain what we are trying to convey. So, in most cases, we don't really explain what we're trying to convey. Majorly, the audience gets to know what we're trying to convey, but in some cases, we do. So, this was this, and stay tuned. And in the next video, in the next upcoming videos, we'll be talking more about graphic designing, right? So, thank you for watching and keep listening.